Okay, so people at home are on section 1.5, number 15.
That was my phone.
Now they coat for the dog.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, the dog.
I wonder how much that would be worth, the dog coat. Just on that dog
No, I
crap.
presume.
Okay, so we have A equals
I'll get
2x.
him over in China. I'm not saying that.
Otterbox is the best you can get. Huh?
What do we have here? 2x plus 6xz.
Chihuahua.
How come mine has a crack? Mine fell off the smooth shot down in Florida.
No, my crap because it's a crappy Samsung. That's why.
Okay, so we look at number
Have you
15.
ever dropped an iPhone?
Yes, all the time.
No, you don't, because they blow.
Okay, let's talk about it later, guys. All right, so we need to solve this for x. Now, here's the deal. This one's a little bit more, we've never talked about something like this. It's a little bit trickier. Can I put these two terms together? They both have an x. You think I can put them together or not?
Yeah. No.
No, because, yeah, they both have an x,
But
but
one has Z.
it has a z also, so we can't put those together. Now, here's what you don't do. Don't do, okay? And I'm going to throw this is one thing I always talk about when I teach this. Not to knock it, but I was never, when I was in high school, English, I didn't care for English that much. I didn't like the class very much, but I do remember one thing from English class. When you're defining a word, what's the one rule about when you're defining what a word is? Like if I want to define the word desk, what's the rule about definitions? You're not allowed to do something.
Look it up.
No.
Isn't it, you're not supposed to describe it with of?
No, well, I don't know about that. I know there's something else you definitely can't do, though. When you're defining any word, there's always one word you're not allowed to use in the definition.
Like.
No.
As.
If I want to define the word desk,
I.
the word I'm not, you can't use the word desk in it. Right, you're not allowed to use the word desk in the definition. You can't use that word in the definition. So if I'm describing what a mask is, one word I definitely can't use in the definition is the word mask. Why I bring that up is this. Just watch for a second. Do not write this down. If I want to solve this for x, okay, you might be tempted to go, well, it's minus 6xz minus 6xz. Don't write this down. Okay, we're not writing bulls in here, okay? Now over here, these cancel, so we're left with 2x equals a minus 6xz. Do not write this down, okay? And then how do I get this x by itself?
Divide.
Divide by 2. Divide by 2. So we have x all by itself here, a minus 6xz over 2. What's wrong with saying x equals that?
You put X in the thing.
Yeah, if I want to know what x is,
What?
I'm not allowed to have
I get
x
it.
in it,
I
okay?
get it. I
So,
get it.
we can't have an
I
x
get
right
it.
there. We're not allowed to do that, okay? So, here's how we're going to do it. And the way we're supposed to do it is actually a whole heck of a lot less work. Here's what we do. Whoops, 6xz. Okay, so we look at this side, and we're going to do something called factoring. Very, very basic factoring, okay? So, what we do is we look at this and we look at that, and we ask ourselves, what do they have in common?
X is on both sides.
X is on both of them. They both have x's. This has an x, this has an x, okay? So, we can factor out an x. So here's how you do that. We write down an x, and we draw a parenthesis.
You factor out the Z too?
Well, do they both have z's?
Yeah. Is that a Z?
That's a 2. I always put lines through my z's so they don't look like 2's. That's actually a 2. That's a z. Okay? So I can't factor a z out because they both don't have z's. So we factor out an x. Now, if you just listen, this is actually a really simple question. What do I multiply x by, parentheses mean multiply, what do I times x by to make 2x?
2.
2. Because what's 2 times x?
2X.
2x. So we put 2
Okay.
plus, what did I multiply x by, parentheses mean multiply, to make 6xz?
6.
I want, well, 6xz,
6Z.
6z.
No.
Ooh.
Because what's x times 6z?
Oh, wow.
6.
6
And then you put
6zx
A
or
equals-
6xz, same thing.
This makes
Now,
sense.
We need to get x by, what's nice here is we had 2x's, now we got only
1x.
1. What do parentheses mean?
Multiply.
So we could distribute this, but then we're back where we started. Don't do that, okay? So here's what we do. We want to get x by itself. I need to get rid of this. You guys just said this is multiplying. So how do I get rid of this?
Divide.
Divide by what?
2 and X, 6. 2 and 6Z. 2 and 6Z.
Okay, I'm going to be very picky. Not 2 and 6.
2 plus 6Z.
Divide by 2 plus 6z. Divide by 2 plus 6z. These cancel. Over here we have x, and what's a divided by 2
You
plus
can't
6z?
do it.
Yeah, so a over 2 plus 6z is a over 2 plus
Plus
6z.
z.
Why
Wow.
is this acceptable?
Because
What's
X
not
is
in
by
there?
himself.
X is all by itself. And when I add x here, I can't have x over here. If I want to know what x is, your final answer can't have what in it.
Can we just go by ourselves now? It's just
Not yet. I want to make sure you guys got this. If I want to know what x is, your answer better not what? Have what in it?
X.
You can't have an x in your answer. Because I want to know what x is.
No.
Let's look at number 17. Okay? So we have y equals 4x plus. 4x plus something. Plus rx plus 6. Okay, this one's a little bit different. Just a little bit different. We want to solve this for x. Okay. So, can I factor out an x out of all of these? No, I can't. What can't I factor an x out of? Can I factor an x out of this? Yeah, why?
Yeah,
Because it has an x. Can I factor an x out of this?
yeah,
Yeah, why?
because there's an X
Can I
there.
take an x out of that?
No.
There's no
it's
x.
not.
Okay. What we could do though is we could get rid of that 6 right away. What's minus 6 do you say?
-6.
And what's y minus 6?
Y, negative y6. Negative 6y.
Careful.
minus 6.
Because what's negative 6y mean? Negative 6. He said negative 6y. I'm not making fun here, but what does negative 6y mean? Negative 6 times y. We're not timesing, we're subtracting. Y minus 6 is what, Alana? Y minus 6. Don't make it harder than this. There's nothing to do here. Y minus 6 equals 4x plus rx. Now, can I factor an x out of the right side?
Yeah.
Because,
There's x's there.
on which of them?
Both
All of
sides.
them, both of them. Okay? So, we put y minus 6 equals x times what is 4x? What do we multiply x by to make 4x?
4.
4. Plus, what do we multiply x by to make rx?
R.
R.
X.
Well, no, not rx. Just r.
R. 4 plus R.
Okay? Because x times r is rx or xr, same thing. Okay? And we want to get x all by itself.
Yeah.
What's the last thing we got to do?
Minus 4R.
Not minus anything.
Negative 4R.
What do parentheses mean?
Divide by 4R.
What do parentheses mean? Multiply, so we divide by 4 plus r. And what's y minus 6 over 4 plus r? Y minus 6 over 4 plus r.
Wow.
And that's an acceptable answer because what's not in the answer? X. Again, hopefully you guys caught the analogy. When you're defining a word, if I'm asking you what is a desk, I don't care what you say, you can't use the word desk. If I want to know what X is, whatever you say, you better not say X in the final answer. You can't have X in there. Okay?
You can't have X in the final answer.
If I want to know what X is.
X equals.
Well, okay, you're right. Okay, number 19.
So, yeah. You will have X in
I mean, it's kind of like saying this. If I ask you what a desk is, I can use the word desk as long as it starts off with the definition of desk is, and from that point forward, I can't say desk anymore. Yes?
Oh, so just
So,
like the answer to
what
X is Y.
would be the definition of desk? Because a desk isn't a table that's connected to a chair, because I have a desk.
Well, there's probably more than one. Like if you look up in a dictionary, there's probably multiple definitions of a desk.
I call
So-
it a chair.
But
What?
These are a chair desk.
yeah, I mean, there's more than one definition you could use because
Sport.
different desks look differently. So, okay, let's look at number 19. So we have sx plus tx. Sx plus tx. It's not a 5, that's an s. Sx plus tx equals r. Okay, and these look like they're harder because there's no numbers, but it's actually easier because if there's no numbers, you don't actually have to do any calculating. Okay, so we're solving this for x, I believe it said. Yes, it did. So, can I factor an x out of both of these?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's the best.
There's an x on both of them. So x times what is sx? S. Plus
T.
s times t. or x times t is xt equals r. And what do we need to get rid of to get x minus r? Divide by s plus t. And what Ryan was saying a little while ago is he was saying s and t. Not s and t, s. I mean, exactly what it is. It is the same thing. Yeah, you need to have your mask on, man. Okay?